Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about the ASUS ROG Ally, and I want to tell you about why I think this sets itself apart from a lot of other Windows handhelds on the market right now, like the Steam Deck, like the iNeo, like the AOK Zoe, like the GPD Win. And the reason it sets itself apart, what sets itself apart from those, is the software, and we're going to be covering that in this video. I'm just going to try and make a short video for you guys explaining why I just love this thing more than anything else. And I've tried the iNeo 2S, I've tried other handhelds, I've tried Windows on the Steam Deck, and just nothing comes close to the software experience on this. Like I said, it's going to be a short video. I'm going to ramble a little bit, so stay tuned with me, try follow along. And yeah, if you love handheld gaming and you're excited about the future of it, please consider clicking that subscribe button. Helping us get to 40,000 subscribers would mean the world to me. It really would. And click the bell icon so you're notified. Anyways, I'm Blaze2K. Let's go. Let's talk about the Ally. Alright guys, before we get into it though, check out something I'm really proud of. It's a list of all the best, my favourite, ASUS ROG Ally accessories. You'll find just about everything you'll ever need here for the ASUS Ally. It's an Amazon list, so everything has Prime delivery just about. It is really awesome. You'll find the XG Mobile external GPU dock here, micro SD cards, SSDs like this 2TB Saber and Rocket drive that I hope to install into my ROG Ally soon, docks, thumbstick covers, screen protectors, portable monitors, Bluetooth earbuds, just about everything, charger cables, AR glasses, battery packs. I'm really proud of this list, guys. I've worked on it pretty hard. I've even put like little annotations over each item telling you why it might be a good idea to pick it up for your Ally. And if you want to find this list, just go to the link in the video description or the top pinned comment of this video, and you'll find it there. All right, check it out, bookmark it, click the follow button, share it with friends, click the heart if you liked it, and yeah, keep checking it because I'm always updating and adding new Ally accessories to this list. So yeah, hopefully you like it. Anyways, back to the video. So here is the ROG Ally. I really love this thing, guys. I didn't think I would love the Ally as much as I do. Turns out I love it a lot. And a big part of that is the software. And look at this. Boom, I'm signed in to Windows at the tap of a button with a fingerprint sensor. So like I was saying, the thing that sets this apart is the software. Now, Windows on a handheld device can be a little bit finicky. Windows, as you know, it just doesn't work well as a touch-based operating system, and works less well when you're trying to use it as like a handheld operating system, right? We know the Steam Deck uses SteamOS, a variant of Linux that they've customized, made it custom. It's basically its own operating system, and it feels very much like a console. Well, with Windows handhelds, you don't really get that as much, all right? Unless the the console manufacturer makes their own interface for it, and that's what ASUS have done here with something called the Armory crate. Okay, let me go back to the game library. So the Armory crate is basically ASUS's proprietary software overlay over Windows, and it allows you to access all your games, control things on the Ally, like the RGB sticks, update all the software like the BIOS, the graphics drivers, etc., all within one interface. And you can access that interface by just tapping this little button at the top right here. Super easy. So here is the interface. Game library. It pulls in all my games automatically from all my different game launchers like Steam, like Battle.net, like Xbox Game Pass, even the EA launcher, Uplay, and everything else, Epic Games Launcher. And that's what really sets this apart from things like the Steam Deck, as people have discussed for weeks, right? The fact that this runs full Windows, there's no DRM issues, no compatibility issues, you don't have to check whether a game works on Proton or not. It just works the way you'd hope it to or expect it to, as if it was a proper gaming PC, right? Because it runs Windows. So yeah, this software that they've got over this is fantastic. So not only does it pull in all your games, like I says, it lets you control other things like the lighting. You can switch between your operating mode. You can get really finicky here and change settings on the APU and the GPU. You know, the CPU and GPU here. Get really finicky and tinker with things, as you've seen with other YouTubers like the Fox. He likes to go in and tinker with things, but I like to leave it on turbo mode, which is 25 watts, and it cranks up to 30 watts when you're plugged in. when you get your Ally for the first time, you're going to want to you're going to want to open this thing, Armory Crate. You're going to want to go over to content. You're going to want to go to Update Center and download all the updates. And the reason you want to do this is because depending on when your Ally was made, right? Basically, it could be on really old software that could be buggy and just doesn't work great. And that's what happened with mine. I got mine, the software, the Armory Crate was a little bit glitchy. There was bugs. It wasn't working properly. It was crashing from time to time. But after updating with Windows Update and the Armory Crate update stuff, installing all the new drivers, updating the GPU driver, updating the BIOS, etc., everything just works flawlessly now. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so one thing I really like about this, that I don't like it, I love it actually, and I've tried similar things on other consoles, none matches up to this, and that is the little quick panel here, the command center. Now this is the command center. You can pull it up anytime in game, on the desktop, even in Armory Crate, you could pop it up. And what this does is it allows you to change things on the fly. Okay, so I could switch between 25 watt turbo mode, and if I'm playing like a little low end emulator or a low end 2D platformer game, I could switch down to silent mode. Uses 10 watts for the APU, and gives you more battery life, right? I also love how they allow you to switch between gamepad mode and desktop mode. What desktop mode allows you to do is lets you use the right stick as a mouse. Lets you use the right stick as a mouse and navigate the desktop really easily. I thought I'd really missed the touchpads on this. Like this, you know, after having used the Steam Deck for months and months, I thought I'd missed the touchpads. Using this as a mouse isn't actually that bad. It really isn't. I thought it'd be unusable, but it's actually pretty usable. Not as good as touchpads, but it's usable. So yeah, I love being able to switch between that manually, and also they have an auto mode, so when you launch up a game, it'll automatically switch you onto gamepad mode, which is what you'd want, right? Game profiles, keyboard, you can invoke the keyboard at a touch of a button. Oh, it's not working. It should be working. Okay. There's a bug right there, but that usually works. Usually you're able to pop up the keyboard using that whenever you want. Another thing I like about this that other systems do not have is the real-time monitor. So typically on other Windows handhelds, you'd have to download software and to try and get something similar to this that tells you the clock speeds and the wattage and the FPS and the temperatures and the battery life and etc. But this is built in, and it's like a little pane of glass. So if you're playing a game and this thing's in the way, just tap it and drag it down somewhere else. I don't think there's any other software that I know of that lets you be this flexible with this information to where you can just drag it around and move it anywhere you want. It's super handy, and I love how they've built that in. The Steam Deck doesn't have it. I don't even think the iNeo has something equivalent to this. So the real-time monitor is super handy. That's another thing I like about the Ally. FPS limiter, being able to cap the FPS from this command center. And I love, if you're trying to save battery life, you can switch to 720p. On the fly with just a tap of the button. You don't have to go into game settings, do anything funky, display settings, just tap of a button and it works. Same here with the refresh rate. I've got mine set to 120 hertz right now because it just looks so clean at 120 hertz. But you can switch to 60 hertz if you want to save some battery too. Okay, so that's really nice. The fact you can do that by just tapping a button on the command center. AMD RSR. Another thing that I love is being able to have like a hard switch for the microphone here, being able to, you know, if you're playing an online game and you're having like a conversation with your wife and you don't want your microphone to be accidentally on, just pull up the command center, tap microphone off or on, and it gives you that control. You don't have to worry about your microphone being accidentally on. It's super convenient, super easy, great for online games, like it says. And another thing I love about the Ally is that it allows you to record your screen. Now, you can do this on the Steam Deck using Decky Loader and install a plugin that lets you record gameplay and whatnot, but I love how this is built in. So when you're in the game, it won't work on a desktop, but when you're in the game, you can just tap record screen, and it will record your gameplay, all right? You could also go to desktop by tapping that. So if you're in a game and you want to go back to the desktop to do something, just tap show desktop. It'll pull you back to the desktop. So yeah, go back to the recording the screen stuff. If you go into the Armory Crate here and we go to content, all your gameplay footage that you've recorded will be in the media gallery. So here's me playing Warzone a couple of days ago, having a good time on Warzone. I love we're at a stage now where we've got a handheld console and we could record gameplay at the tap of a button, you know, not having to install third-party software or anything. It's built in. Love it. Love it. Because that used to be something that was exclusive for like the Xbox and the PS4, PS5, right? Now we've got it on handhelds. Super cool. System specifications tells you your serial code and whatnot. Help center, user center. You can create user accounts. All that sort of stuff here. And obviously you can control the RGB lights in the settings bit. You know, you can switch between static, breathing, strobing, color cycle. Now, I'm not sure why it's not showing icons up there. Usually it does. Looks like Armory Crate's bugging out a little bit. I apologize, guys. It's not usually this buggy. Usually it works fine. You can even go to audio settings. Now, let me tell you a story of when I was playing Warzone a couple of days ago with my friends. I basically had a little 3.5mm pair of headphones I plugged in, and I was playing Warzone with my friends, and the microphone on the headset, or the earbuds, was absolutely horrible. It was picking up all the background noise and everything. Well, it turns out the Ally's built-in microphone is superb, and I did a few voice recordings showing it off, and I'll maybe do a video on this later on, but it's got noise cancelling. So if you're playing online gaming, okay, oh wow, you've just ran into a glitch where everything's zoomed in for some reason on this settings page. This has never happened before. Of course it happens when I'm filming a video. Okay, I restarted the app. Apparently there's an update for the Armory Crate app. Let's update it. It hopefully will work a little bit better. I'll be honest with you. That's never happened before. I've never had any bugs with this until now. And maybe back when I was setting it up when it was running old software. But there we go. It's updating new software now. All right, we're back. Armory Crate, you going to let me do this? So let's go to settings here. We can change our lighting options. Now the icons work for some reason. So there we go. We've got all our different lighting options here, like rainbow, static breathing. Like for Halloween, I'm probably going to set these to orange just for that Halloween vibe, or maybe have it switch between orange and green. You know, it'd be kind of cool. I love how we can customize the Ally with the RGB. Every system needs RGB, and it even has settings to where you can like have it turn off on battery power and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, all that good stuff. And back to what I was saying before about the audio. Apologies, I kind of forgot where I lost track about that. But yeah, back to the audio. This has AI noise cancelling on the built-in microphone here, and I did a couple of audio tests where I recorded myself using the voice recorder built into Windows, and let me tell you, it's on par with my Arctis 7X keyboard headset as far as microphone audio is concerned. All right, do not use the microphone on your crappy earbuds because it will sound horrible. The one built in here is fantastic, and like I says, noise cancelling, and you can switch between cardioid mode, stereo mode, and omnidirectional mode. Super configurable, which is really nice. You can also switch between, you know, play around with the speaker settings. AI noise cancelling speaker? What? Filters out non-human sounds like musical instruments. Oh, so this is maybe if you're playing with people, let's say one of your friends has a really bad microphone and you could hear fan noises and all sorts of noises. I've got a friend like that. I'm not going to mention names, but there you go. AI noise cancelling speaker. Super handy. So it'll focus in on their voice. So that's what I love. And as we were talking about the command center earlier, having all these little options here, easily available and accessible. You scroll down here, you can actually add more of them. So I'll tap add here. You can switch, you can control the LED brightness, game library, you can access your game library from there. You can take a screenshot, you can end task. That must be one of the new updates because that wasn't there before. Now, I know a couple of YouTubers had mentioned how nice it would be to be able to force out of an app, which is an issue I've had a couple of times where I've been in a game, I don't know how to get the hell out the game, or the game crashes and it's stuck on the game. Usually I have to just press the desktop mode and try and wrangle it to close the game. Now they've got a freaking end task button, which I'm going to add to my command center, and it should be down here. There we go. So I can force quit apps, which is fantastic. We can easily get back out of games now. Awesome. And we can obviously control our volume and the display brightness here. So that's something new. That's something new they've added. I'm probably the first person to cover that. They finally added the end task button. Sweet. So yeah, the Armory Crate. like I was saying, it makes the ROG Ally set itself apart from just about any other Windows handheld gaming device. I've tried the INEO, I've tried the Steam Deck on Windows. None of them have a piece of software that's comparable to this. Now, you might be sitting there with an INEO and you might be like, well, I've got the IOSpace, Blaze. I've got the IOSpace. It does many of the same things. You're right. It tries to do many of the same things. And granted, it was out before the Armory crate and before the Ally, but it just doesn't work anywhere near as good as this one does. This one, it just works. Now, ignore the glitches and the little bugs that we had there. That's the first time I've ever experienced them. And with this update, they probably fixed them out. They've probably been patched down now anyway. But this software, this Armory Crate software, just makes playing on Windows 10 times more fun. And frankly, after having tried some other handhelds, even though the ROG Ally doesn't have the nicest design, it does, I'm not too keen on the D-pad, the glossy buttons. There are nicer handhelds out there with more USB-C ports, Thunderbolt, etc., support for external graphics. This software in the Ally just makes me keep coming back to the Ally. I can't stress it enough, really, guys. I really love this thing, and I think you will too. And if you give it a chance, you'll fall in love with it. Like I says, when you set it up, make sure you install your Windows updates. Make sure you go into the Armory Crate, update all the stuff in the Armory Crate, like your graphics drivers. You won't regret it. It'll make the software just that much better. I also love this thing called let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, the AMD Software Adrenaline Edition is basically like the GeForce Experience, but the AMD version. I can't seem to get something like this on the INEO and the Steam Deck, the Windows on the Steam Deck. It makes it super convenient to check to see if there's a new graphics driver. We're talking about game optimizations here, where it maybe picks, default settings for your games, kind of like the GeForce Experience does for if you have an NVIDIA card, and obviously lets you tweak your GPU just a little bit more, and see all the statistics about it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, really love the Ally. As far as Windows handhelds go, guys, you won't find one as polished as this. You'll get other handhelds that have better hardware, Hall sensor sticks, Hall sensor triggers, better D-pads, better, just better hardware all around. Nicer hardware, bezel-less displays. And as nice as that is, at the end of the day, what you're going to be interacting with is the software, playing games on it most of the time. And when the software just doesn't work, when the software's been buggy, when your gamepad isn't working in games the way you want it to. For the INEO 2 example, me and my wife were playing with an INEO 2 briefly, and then we were trying to play Warzone on it. Well, the gamepad just wasn't working on Warzone. It was like switching between keyboard and mouse and gamepad controls because the software is so buggy. And that's not something you'll have to really worry about on the Ally because AMD is a big software company. They know how to do good software. They've been doing it for years with AMD graphics cards, with their laptops. I'm talking about ASUS, my bad, not AMD. ASUS have been doing software for a long time, in Armory Crate for a long time on their laptops and other things. So they know how to do good software, and the software is what sets these things apart for me. You could have the nicest handheld in the world, but if it's buggy all the time, you're just not going to want to play it. And that's what ASUS have got right with the Ally. I've been rambling for 18 minutes, almost 20 minutes now about this, and I've probably repeated myself about 10 times, and I apologize for that. I just want to stress how good the software is on this, guys. And obviously I'm going to be doing more videos on the Ally. This little top-down camera, I've been meaning to set up something like this for a long, long time. To make videos like these a little bit easier for me to do, and I've finally done it. So expect a lot more top-down videos showing off the Ally, showing off the Steam Deck and more in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, guys, I love you, I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm Blazed, okay? We do handheld gaming every day. Sorry for rambling in this video so much. I just want to stress how much I love the Armory Crate, and if you haven't tried it, please try someone's Ally and just see how good it works and how flawlessly it works and how reliable it is in games and just for doing different things. So anyways, guys, I love you, appreciate you. If you love the Ally, you love handheld gaming, smash the like, hit subscribe, click the bell icon, help us get to 40,000 subs. Would mean the world to me. I try and make videos every day, although I don't every day. Sometimes I get behind and I don't get around to making a video, but I'm gonna try. And if you want to support more than that, consider joining our members by clicking join down below. It really helps the channel out. And I also stream very regularly on this YouTube channel and on Twitch, and also now on kick.com, kick.com/plays2k. So yeah, I'll hopefully see you at the stream, see you in the next video, and have a wonderful day. Take care. I love you. Bye.